One of the most common questions that I get is, why did we name our practice Renegade Chiropractic, and what's up with our logo? And so I want to answer the what and the why behind those things for you right now. When Mackenzie and I were opening up Renegade Chiropractic, we wanted to make sure that in everything that we were doing, that we were exemplifying Christ and that we were really glorifying Him as much as possible. Because ultimately, He is the master healer, right? When you come to our office, obviously we're doing adjustments and we're giving you recommendations and trying to just give you the best advice possible for your health. But ultimately, it's through Him that you're healed, right? He is the master healer. But Christ, during His time, He really was viewed as a renegade, even though He was just doing what He was supposed to be doing. And so we thought, Renegade Chiropractic, like that has a good ring to it and has a really good meaning behind it. And then when it came to our logo, in that same vein of focusing on Jesus Christ and making sure that we're giving it all to Him, the Lamb, He was known as the Lamb of God, right? And so it just really tied in really well to that. Some people will ask me about the mountains and they'll be like, well, what's up with the mountains? And there's a couple things that I think about when we really tie things into that portion of it. But one of my friends, one of the things that he always says is that there's valleys and there's peaks when it comes to health. He's a health coach, but also specifically just anything in life, right? Or more generally, anything in life. But he says, and he may be quoting somebody that I don't know the exact quote, but he basically says, we love the view from the peak, but it's in the valleys where we grow, right? And that's how our health journey is. It's really this kind of up and down process of learning more about what we can do to better help our bodies thrive and function. And we have these peaks and then we have these valleys as we learn more about our health, but ultimately the general trajectory will be in a positive direction. And so that's why the why behind it all. Now, when people come to our office and they see our logo and they kind of have an understanding of what we stand for and why we do what we do, it makes it really easy for them to really get on board with what we're doing. One of the things that people ask is like, well, you guys see a lot of kids and you see a lot of babies, and I'm really scared of getting adjusted, so is this even going to work or be the right fit for me? What's really cool is we have a lot of different ways that we can approach your nervous system. In some ways, we'll be more traditional in our approach, right? And we'll do a more traditional chiropractic adjustment. But if somebody's apprehensive about that, or if we're dealing with a little kid that's nervous or a baby, we're not going to be super aggressive with the adjustment. That just doesn't make sense, right? And so the adjustment for a baby is as simple as if we just use the tips of our pinkies to go and adjust their C1 or C2 vertebrae, and also just shift down and just apply light and gentle pressure to their neurospinal system, because it doesn't take much for baby to be adjusted, which is why it's really important when you're burping a baby or helping them release any sort of gas that you're not like smacking them on the back, because that can impact their nervous system, right? So in that same vein again of the Lamb, it's also that the adjustment is very gentle and it's very specific, and we can be very gentle and specific with your nervous system with all the certifications and techniques that I have in my tool belt. So Christ, He also did whatever He could to help people understand in the best ways possible. And so in that same vein too, we also are trying to do the best that we possibly can to figure out how we can best help you in your health. And part of that comes down to utilizing the technology that we use to assess your nervous system. We use Insight technology scans that basically help us figure out, okay, where's the stress stuck in your nervous system, and where are we going to make adjustments? How are we going to make those adjustments? All that stuff. And so we can be very specific, very gentle with your health and with your nervous system, so that you can come out from every single adjustment on the upward trajectory of those peaks. I also believe that Christ has a very specific plan for every single one of us, right? And sometimes we don't totally understand that plan. And so it's important to put some faith and some trust into the process and into Him, right, when it comes to life. And our health is no different, right? There's going to be bits and pieces of it that you totally understand, and then there's going to be bits and pieces that you're questioning and wondering, hey, what the heck is going on? And that's what we're here for, is to help guide you through that journey, to help you gain understanding so that you can live the best, most full life possible. To wrap this all up, one of the biggest pieces to the puzzle when people come to our office is that we're not only just trying to get you healthy and feel better, but what I know is that when you feel better and you're functioning better, that not only are you just feeling and functioning better, but then that allows you to go out and do the things that you love to do and to serve the people that you love to serve and to be the better parent and the better sibling for your children and for your family members that are all around you. Be the better son or daughter for the people that are important to you. And so that's one of the goals too, is that when you're able to do that and be the best you that you can possibly be, then you're able to serve God in a much bigger way than just getting by. So when people ask us, why did you name your practice Renegade Chiropractic? Why do you have the logo of the lamb with the mountains as your logo? That's why. It's because we wanted people to be able to do the things that they love to do and do them uninhibited and be the best people that they can be for their families, which is prime, right? Being the person that you can be the best person that you can be for your families and for God, so that not only are you better, but your community and the people that you live and surround yourself with are better too. So if you have any questions about more of what the process looks like when you come to our office, please let me know. I'm always happy to answer any questions, or give us a call and my team can help answer those questions too. See ya.